When it comes to goals and becoming your best self, time is your most critical resource. You see, time represents potential. And each day we're allotted another 1,440 minutes to do whatever we like. Now, if you direct that towards the right things, magic can happen. But time management is tricky, and life can make peak productivity feel very elusive. Everything from distractions to stress, chaos, confusion, all of those things, they can squander your time and keep you from crossing the finish line. But that doesn't mean that things can't change. The reality is your time is always in your control. So today I want to share two of my favorite techniques for using time blocks to achieve goals. Now, if you learn to master these two critical time blocks, you'll be well on your way to thinking bigger, achieving more, while enjoying more of today. So let's go. Okay, well, how often have you set a goal and then not achieved it? Well, here's the scary truth. You're in the minority if you have successfully taken a goal across the finish line. Think about that. Achieving goals is hard because there's so much that can get in our way, which then leads to a new question of what can you do to have better odds of achieving your goals? Well, that leads me to my first technique, working within a 12 to 13 week time block. That's a significant yet short enough amount of time to fend off procrastination. Now, although 13 weeks times 4 gives you a full year, I personally like to take breaks after each sprint, so I use the 12-week time block. It gives me a week to kind of do a lessons learned exercise and recharge and set my focus for the next 12 weeks. When you give yourself too much time, it's far too easy to procrastinate. You know, life happens, and that means a finish line that's years off creates too much space to delay and make excuses. It's all too easy for that internal dialogue to talk you out of taking action. You know, I can do that later is a persuasive argument when you have a truckload of tasks competing for your attention. You don't get that procrastination luxury with a 12-week time limit because your deadline is always in plain sight. Now, I've also found that if your why is sufficiently powerful, a tighter deadline will force you to get focused and do the work that closes the gap. But that's not all. Imagine how much more you could achieve and how much further you could go if you crushed one or two important goals every 12 weeks. Now, in this way, the 12-week strategy doesn't just increase your productivity, it's also a way to quadruple your output every year. So if you're looking for a fast-track way to more success, 12-week sprints could well be it. Now, for my next technique, I always think about what the great Jim Rohn used to say. He said, "Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time." And that's so true, right? Because time is not renewable. You can't hit the pause button and you can't rewind. Once the minutes have passed, they're gone forever. So why are we so willing to squander our minutes? Well, while the 12-week planning trick that I do takes care of the bigger picture, the biggest shifts happen when you master the minutes. And for this, I use a technique that focuses on a 30-minute time slot. For me, they're a real game changer. Instead of tackling your day as a whole unit, break it down into 30-minute chunks, 30-minute sections. Now, this granular kind of planning allows you to approach your day like a jigsaw puzzle. And when you know how long each task will take to complete, you can then fit each of those tasks into your day to create maximum results. Now, one caveat here, Parkinson's law is critical. And if you remember anything about Parkinson's law, it states that a task will expand to fit the time window that you give it. In other words, if you give a 90-minute task the entire day, that's how long it's going to take you. Now, that used to be me, maybe you too, I don't know. But I know the way I fixed it was I used the daily 30-minute timeline to plan everything. But to be clear, this isn't about packing so much into your day that you soon burn out. Your daily plan should be a combination of work plus dedicated quality time for things like your well-being, your relationships and hobbies and learning and reading and all the other things that you do that make you the best version of yourself and the things that you need to do to get fulfilled. Now, when it comes to your goals, time can be your best friend. You just have to figure out how to make the minutes work for you. And focusing on these 2 time blocks will inspire a massive leap forward. Give them a try. I think you can thank me later, and I wish you well to your success. I hope you got value in this video. If you want to find out more about how you can invest into your future, click that screen and let's make some magic happen.